Hello children, this is my second video on my page Parchment Blues. If you have watched my first video, you will know that I am posting videos for 9, 10, 11, 12 ICSE and ISC board for English. Let me see if I can be of any help to you. Firstly, for this video is for both 9th standard and 11th standard. Because this video is going to be on Shakespeare, it is going to be only on Shakespeare and his works and the way he wrote. Okay, his style of writing. Excuse me. Yeah, better now. So, both 9th and 11th can avail this video. From the next video, I'll be demarcating them. Whether it is for the 9th standard or it is for the 11th standard. Okay. So firstly, now let us see the textbooks that ICSE has provided with. The first one, Shakespeare. This is my daughter's book, so it is covered, I cannot show you the cover. So this is Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, and the publisher that her school is using is Morning Star, edited by Xavier Pinto. Then we have Treasure Chest, which is by Evergreen Publications. These are the books that I am going to use for teaching you. I'll give you notes also. And for 12th standard, this is the one, Beta Publications, Macbeth. It has paraphrases as well. And we have Rhapsody, a collection of poems, and we have Prism, that is a collection of short stories. So these are the books that we are going to follow. I think I can suffice all the notes and I can give you the proper help that you need. Now, firstly, when we start to study English in 9th, till the 8th standard, it is because you people are in the ICSE board, you have read good stories, you have read good poems all your life. So when you come to the 9th standard, what changes is that now you have to know about the ages of English literature, because only when you know about the ages of English literature, you will be able to demarcate the poems, the stories and the dramas according to the audience that it had at that time, the readers it had at that time, and because literature is always a reflection of the society, contemporary society, the society of that time when that was written. So you will understand what the social conditions, political conditions of majorly England and America were there then at that time, and some parts of Europe also. But later on we will come to Indian literature also, that is English Indian literature. English literature written by Indians, then it is going to change a bit. Now let me start with Shakespeare. Okay, I'll start with ages. I think that will be better. So we can say we have 7 ages. Anglo-Saxon, that is the old English age, when English was nascent and there were other languages from which English was getting ready. It was a nascent, it was a very, you can say it was just after English was born. It is Anglo-Saxon period. Then we have Renaissance. Renaissance is from 1500 to 1660 roughly. This is the time when Shakespeare wrote his plays, so we have to know about Renaissance in a very detailed manner. Then we have Restoration, because just after Renaissance, Restoration came. Renaissance means a new dawn. Okay, after all the turmoil that Europe and England were going through, Renaissance was the meaning of Renaissance is a new dawn. And so after that new dawn, you had Restoration. Restoration is the next stage. Then we have Neoclassical, then we have Romantic, then we have Victorian, then we have Modern. While teaching English, there is one thing that I have noticed, is that most children, they think that romantic age or romantic era is about romantic poems and romantic stories. No, it has got nothing to do with romance. It is just called romantic, okay? Because at that time, love, that can be human love, that can be love towards nature, that can be love towards religion. Love on the whole took a toll on literature. That is why it is called romantic era or romantic age. It has got nothing to do with romance as such, because romance has been all throughout all ages in English literature. Be it Beowulf of Anglo-Saxon, be it Shakespearean plays or sonnets in Renaissance, be it neoclassical, be it modern, be it Victorian, be it Wordsworth, be it Keats, be it Ibsen, be it Beckett, anybody. So these are the ages. Now, why knowing the ages is important? Because when you are going to read your lessons, when you are going to take your lessons in 9, 10, 11 and 12, all 4 years, you have to know which era or which age that poet belonged to. So you'll know what kind of language, what kind of... That is my pet poster. Excuse me. I'll show him to you someday. Okay, so you have to understand the era in order to understand the social and the political condition of that time. Now, let's come to other dramatists, because we are going to start this whole thing, this whole, what do you call it, reel is about Shakespeare. So before we know about Shakespeare, let's know what the other dramatists, or who the other dramatists were and how they worked. I would name 4. There are many, but I would name 4, because if I keep talking about dramatists, I cannot cover Shakespeare in details today. We'll have Johnson, we'll have Bernard Shaw, we have Beckett, and we have Ibsen. These are the 4 dramatists along with Shakespeare that actually compromises whole of drama. English drama. Not whole, but approximately. So Johnson's work, the most important ones I would say is Volpone and Alchemist. Yeah, if you people read books, you know that The Alchemist is also another modern novel. But this one is different. This is Alchemist, that is The Alchemist. So we have, for Johnson, we have Volpone, we have Alchemist. Bernard Shaw, the best one is Pygmalion. Then we have Arms and the Man. Bernard Shaw is the one who introduced the angry young man concept in literature, which later on we call Mr. Bachchan as the angry young man. The world has not done good to him and he wants revenge, and he's angry all the time. Then his lady love comes, but that thing. So George Bernard Shaw, he introduced this concept of angry young man in literature. So his 2 very important, there are many, but I'll name 2, Pygmalion and Arms and the Man. Then we have Beckett, Samuel Beckett. His most celebrated work is Waiting for Godot. If any of you are wanting to do English literature after your +2, you want to do honors in English literature, you want to do journalism, you want to do mass media, then you will come across these names again. You will be reading Arms and the Man, you will be reading Volpone, you will be reading Pygmalion, because these are the basics. These are the bases, not basics. These are the foundations of English literature. Then we have A Doll's House, that is by Ibsen, another beautiful, beautiful drama. Now, in my previous video, I have told you that dramas were not made to read. Dramas were written to be played on stage and to be enjoyed. Because the time we are talking about, we did not have television. We barely had television. After that, we did not have modes of entertainment as such. So drama, theatre, plays were very in style, in fashion. Okay, we did not have phones. Just forget about that. We did not have that at all. We are talking about 50s, 1500s and 1600s, 17th century, 18th century we are talking about. So we do not have all that. So that's that. Now let me come to Shakespeare. Why I say that Shakespeare is a completely different world? Because just like J.K. Rowling is, I hope a lot of you have read or watched Harry Potter series. Just like J.K. Rowling has created a different world altogether. It has a different, everything is different. Everything is different. The languages, the names, they have a different bank of their own. The magical creatures, and especially the language. Everything is different. I am a very ardent J.K. Rowling fan, very ardent one. And reading, not watching. I am more fond of reading J.K. Rowling. I do watch movies also, J.K. Rowling, everything. But I am very fond of her books. And there are instances when I just can't stop myself from using her language. I say, when I call someone, I say, Ashio, or something like that. So Shakespeare is also of that kind. Shakespeare is also, he has a completely different language. Thy, thee, you'll find words that are half, maybe the main word that you're familiar with is different, and he's using only half portion of that word. Or maybe the prefix and the suffix are absolutely different, which does not exist in English grammar. But still, that is what Shakespearean language is. Now you have to understand one thing. Shakespeare wrote during the Renaissance period, 1500s to mid 1600, 17th century. At that time, English language was just starting to grow. So the language that he used, maybe not, it was not used later, but at that time people enjoyed that. Okay. Now let me come to Shakespearean works. Shakespeare was both a dramatist, a playwright, that is what you called a playwright. Okay, from the next video, from the next class, I'll have a board here, okay? So I'll scribble things. I'll, like, when I'm saying something and I think that you are unable to understand maybe the spelling or the pronunciation, I'm going to scribble things so that you can jot it down or you can understand what I'm saying. And if you have any doubts about my dialect, about the way I'm speaking, or sound effects or lighting, anything, just comment on my posts. Otherwise I will not come to know about it. Like, dislike, subscribe, don't subscribe, it's up to you. I'm going to post videos anyways. So he was a playwright, Plawright. He was a playwright, okay? That means he wrote plays, a dramatist. So Shakespearean plays can be divided into 4 parts, mainly. He was also a poet. He has written many sonnets. Sonnets are poems that have 14 lines. That is called a sonnet. So he has written that also. So his plays can be divided into 4 parts: tragedies, comedies, romance, and period drama. Tragedies are the 4 most famous ones that have been created and recreated, and even now it is being created and with different views and different things, but the concept is the same. Macbeth, Hamlet, Othello, and I would bring in Julius Caesar also in it. Why I am saying that I will bring in Julius Caesar in it? Because Julius Caesar is also a period drama. It can also be included as a period drama, because Julius Caesar was actually a person who existed in Rome, and the play was written about him. But because you are going to study Julius Caesar, let me tell you, this play is about him. But Julius Caesar is not there in the play for a very long time. He's there only for a very small period of time, okay? And rest of it is about him. And he actually existed, so that is a period drama. Now the second one is comedies. Comedies, there are many comedies. Comedy of Errors, Much Ado About Nothing. We have Midsummer Night's Dream. We have Merchant of Venice. These are comedies. Then we have romances. Tempest. You had Tempest in your 8th standard, I suppose. You had a chapter on Tempest, abridged version. Did you? I think so. Just comment on and tell me whether you are following that book or not, which had Tempest. And we have Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet, again, it is a romance and a tragedy. And then in period drama we have Henry IV. So what is the difference between all these? Why we subcategorize them? Why they are different? How they are different? In tragedies, the end is always tragic. It is always sad. The protagonist. Are you aware of this word protagonist? The protagonist means the main character of a story, a play, or any creation, a literary creation. The protagonist, or there can be 2 protagonists also, or 3 or 4. The protagonist dies. And in Shakespearean dramas, most people you like, they die in the tragedies. That is why they are called tragedies. Okay. In comedies, it is a and they lived ever after kind of a thing. Everything is sorted out, all the problems are sorted out, and they have a very happy ending, and everything is hunky-dory, everybody is happy. Okay. That is comedies. In romance, they can be both happy endings and sad. Like the Tempest, it has a happy ending. Romeo and Juliet does not, because in Romeo and Juliet, the protagonist, the protagonist and his lady love, they die. So it is a drama about unrequited love. So it is a romance and a tragedy, but it is about love. So it is a romance. Then we have period drama. In period drama, we have Henry IV, which is about Henry IV and his reign and what was happening at that time, the political condition, the political scenario of that time. And we have Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar was written about a very the political turmoils that Italy or Rome was going through, the Roman Empire was going through. It is about that. Okay, now let me talk something about Shakespeare. The time when we were introduced to this playwright, our teachers actually made us fall in love with him. Even after so many years, even after so many changes that I see in the world, even after so much difference in literature, writing style, I still love him. I still love the way he wrote. I adore Shakespeare. And I think most people of my age of my times would say so, who have actually understood him. Not him. I personally, I don't understand him. I'm talking about the poet Shakespeare or the dramatist Shakespeare. So the first thing that differentiates Shakespeare from rest of the writers is his language, I told you. In spite of being a different language, his language is very lucid. Lucid, it flows. It's like a poem. He uses monologues, soliloquies, and conversations. Now, what are these? Oh, what are you saying? What are these? These are new terms. Okay, don't worry. These are very simple things. These are words that you have to know now that you are ready to enter the world of literature. Soliloquy, is when a person is either thinking or talking to himself. If, say, when you are on a stage, you're on a stage, you think something. They did not have AI at that time. Oh my god. They did not have artificial intelligence. So what they were thinking, the audience will not know. Or what is going on in his mind, the audience will not know. So soliloquies are actually thinking aloud. When you are speaking, but you are depicting as if you are thinking, so that your audience knows. I'll mark out the soliloquies that are there, and when we'll discuss the chapter, we'll understand it very well. Then we have monologues. Monologues are not thinking. Monologue is when one person is talking, others are listening on the stage. The other people are listening. But in soliloquy, only the audience is listening. The other people are not supposedly listening to soliloquies because he is thinking about it. And then we have conversation, that one or more than two people are there in the conversation. So these are the ways he had. He's different. His writings are different. He uses these techniques. Okay. Now another thing that Shakespearean drama is going to have is a plot and a subplot. Now try to understand one thing. This is a drama. Okay. At that time when dramas were so in style, they used to have season tickets. Season tickets matlab you have bought a ticket for 6 months. You have a ticket, that is a season ticket. Because it's a very cold country, all the time people do not come out and watch dramas. So maybe for 6 months this drama is going to continue. So they are divided into acts and even sub acts. So one act with maybe 6 or 7 scenes, or there are 11 scenes also in Merchant of Venice. You have one act that has many scenes. So you have so many scenes in one act. So one day, or maybe there are, a drama consists of maybe 4 to 5 to 6 scenes. Okay. So every month, not scenes, plots, acts. So 1 month they'll play one act with so many scenes. In the next month they'll play the second act with so many scenes. Third, they'll play the third act. Like that it goes. Now when, say, a person has missed a month, he or she couldn't see the play. So what is going to happen? That person is not going to understand what is going on, because at that time the play was not printed. It was not printed. People did not read it at that time. They were just watching it. It's like watching a movie. So if you go to watch Harry Potter 2, Chamber of Secrets, if you go to watch and you have not watched or you have not read Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone, how are you going to understand what is going on? If you don't know who Harry Potter is, how he came to Hogwarts, how will you know? You will not be able to know. Say people, for people who, if there are some who have not watched or not read Harry Potter, say Krish, or Koi Mil Gaya, Hrithik Roshan. Say you are watching Krish and you have not watched Koi Mil Gaya. Will you be able to understand what is happening? Why this man has got all these superhuman qualities? Why he is like this? Why he can fly? Why he is jumping around on the rivers and streams, and how he is doing all the acrobats he is doing? You will not. It was like that. So when you are entering, a person who has not seen the first act, in the second act there is a flashback kind of a thing, a small, maybe someone is going to, one of the actors, one of the orators are going to say something that will make you remember or make you understand what had happened in the previous act, right? Say in one act there are 3 scenes, and one of them is on the street. So if I am talking about Merchant of Venice, one of them is on the street and in Venice. The other one is in Portia's palace. The third one is in some place else. So how is the background, the decor of the background, how is it going to change? They need subplots. How are the actors going to change their clothes, their makeup? Maybe they'll have to look different for the next scene. So what they need is a subplot. A subplot is what? When a plot, the main plot is running, there is going to be a subplot. Say scene 1 is main plot, scene 2 is subplot. So that the actors get time to change. They have one curtain is down. I have to draw the um, theater. What kind of theaters used to be? Oh, you can just Google it. You people do everything on Google. You can see how they looked like. They had many curtains. Okay, so in the first scene, say whatever happened on stage, the first curtain is up. The second curtain is up. The decor is that of Portia's palace. So it gets easier if there is a subplot. In the subplot, there are mainly comedies, there are mainly clowns, and people trying to make you feel good. In comedies, in tragedies, nobody makes you feel good. Everybody, it's a bit gore. Okay, so this is another thing, plot and subplot, which a lot of people have. After that, they have, this technique they have used. A lot of directors, a lot of playwrights, they have used this technique, but it was started by Shakespeare. Now, when I am see, the first thing is I am not used to talk to myself like this. Okay, I teach humans in front of me. I'm not an English teacher, if you would, but still I have been teaching English, but right now I'm not. Right now I'm an HR lecturer, but I teach people in front of me. I'm not used to talking to myself. This is very new to me, making reels, making videos and posting. I felt it is important because there are a lot of people, lot of kids who would actually need these videos. So I'm doing it. So if there are some miscommunication, or there are some things that I'm missing out, or there is a gap in between what I want to say and you are not understanding, please let me know. Only then I can start a live class, because a live class is going to be only possible when you tell me your probable timings, and I have to see whether I am available at that time or not. Only then live classes will be possible. So you have to comment, and you have to subscribe also, because if you don't subscribe, if you don't view, then I think the channel, it gets, it doesn't have that much importance, and it will get lost. So just take it if you want me to help you. Okay, now I just wish when we were your age, we had things like this. I just wish, but our teachers were sufficient. They were very good. Even today teachers are sufficient, but actually the pressure on you people is immense. So you don't give English that much a thought. That is what I think. But if you score a point, you know what 1 point is? I think you know what 1 point is. 90% and above, and you have 6 pointers. 6 pointers means 6 subjects you have, and 1 point in all subjects is 6 point. If you are not good in one subject, but you score a point in English, your overall percentage is going to go up, and that is a very crucial thing at that time. Okay, it will be important for the 12th people, kids who are in the 12th standard also. It is going to be important because you will be entering college, and nowadays the cutoffs in colleges they are exorbitant. Okay, now another point about Shakespearean dramas that you have to know. This might be my last point for this video, is that at that time, in the Renaissance or the Elizabethan period, women did not act. They were ladies, the women were ladies. They used to wear gowns, and they were like very articulate, and they had a lot of way of sitting, and they did not act on stage. The men acted. But the women characters were also enacted by men. So in Shakespearean dramas, you'll find a lot of disguising. A man, a woman is dressing as a man mainly, not men dressing as women. That's very rare because they are already doing that in reality. So women dressing as men. When women dress as men, they look like young boys. Huh? And here it is actually there are young boys who are acting. So it actually matches, the glove fits well. Another thing, they used to have a lot of paranormal creatures and activities in Shakespearean dramas, because at that time people used to believe in all such things. They had fairies, they had ghosts. Macbeth, Hamlet is full of them. They in Julius Caesar also, you have a lot of omens and black magic, and people, blood bath, blood coming down from the clouds and things like that. Omens, OMENS. Omens means at that time people, there were some taboos, some things that people used to think to be unholy, unlucky, unfortunate. So it is that Shakespeare used to use all those things a lot. You'll have fairies, you'll have in Midsummer Night's Dream, you have Ariel in Tempest, and it's like that. You'll have all such things. Okay. Now I suppose I have made Shakespeare's techniques clear today. If not, please rewatch the video. If there is something you want to ask me, please do so. If you have any problem in because I was seeing there was some technical glitch on my channel and the comments I cannot see. If that is happening, then what you have to do is you can mail me. Okay, my mail ID is mumroymukherjee4@gmail.com. mumroymukherjee4 in numerics at gmail.com. You can mail me. So this video is for both 9th and 11th, because the 10th and 12th children have already, I think they have read half of the syllabus, so they know what were all these things. I hope they know all these things. Next video will be on scene 1, act 1, scene 1 of Julius Caesar for 9th standard, and act 1, scene 1 of Macbeth for 10th standard. After doing the first scene, I am going to go to poetry. I'll do one poetry, I'll do one prose, then I'll come back to drama again. Okay? I hope you're enjoying the video. If not, please bear with me, because it's more important to understand the concept than enjoy them. Okay? You'll start enjoying literature once you are clear with the concepts. जब तक तुम लोगों को कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में नहीं आएगा, जब तक तुम लोगों को ABCD समझ में नहीं आएगा, तब तक तुम लोगों को तो कॉमिक्स पढ़ने में मज़ा नहीं आएगा ना. उसको पढ़ने के लिए यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द बेसिक. तो इसीलिए अंडरस्टैंड द बेसिक फर्स्ट, लेटर ऑन द कॉन्सेप्ट्स विल बी क्लियर विथ यू. Okay, that's all for today. Good night. Have a nice weekend. Thank you.